my honor to introduce my colleague, Jeanie Bismark, this afternoon. Achievement is defined as the act of accomplishing or finishing. I believe the word accomplishing fits Jeanie Bismark best. This is a much-deserved award as she has navigated a very successful career while being very active in her community. Whether it be during her stint as an English teacher at Taylor, McNeil, or SAU, at Polk's Furniture City, Olive Sporting Goods, the Treasure Chest, and now the SAU Foundation, Jeanie has never been afraid of a challenge, nor has she ever failed to excel at any venture that she has chosen to undertake. Every time Jeanie has taken the reins of a classroom, business, nonprofit, or community group, her leadership and drive have greatly impacted each organization and those who have had the opportunity to work with her. Most recently, Jeanie's leadership with the SAU Foundation has experienced consecutive record-breaking years in fundraising. Jeanie is just as busy in her community as she is professionally. Bismark has served on several boards, including the SAU Foundation Board of Governors, chairman of the Columbia County Sesquicentennial, past Magnolia Chamber of Commerce board member, past president of the Magnolia Junior Charity Follies Dollies, and a member and past president of the PEO Sisterhood. Jeanie has received the Magnolia Columbia County Chamber of Commerce Citizen of the Year Award in 2002, and with her husband Paul, she received the 2005 Retail Business Year Award. It is truly my honor to introduce to you Jeanie Bismark, who truly embodies all the characteristics of a lifetime career achiever.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to accept this award, but I know that all of you know, that this is not an award for things that I did alone. Nothing that I've accomplished in my life, I don't feel like has ever been done by myself. It's always with somebody else. And I have to recognize my husband for standing by me, for being with me, for encouraging me in whatever I wanted to do. Even after we retired, and I said, I'm not really sure I want to retire, and if I find something else I want to do, I may go look for another job. And he said, that's fine. You do it just as long as you remember that it's you that applied and not us. I will tell you also that over the course of my years, I've occasionally heard women say about something, my husband won't let me do that. I've sort of wondered what might happen if something like that occurred at our house. I don't think it would be pretty. But he's never told me I couldn't do anything. He might have told me he didn't think I ought to, but he always said it's your decision. You do whatever you want to do about it, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the support of my family. My son's here and my 2 grandchildren, and they are the inspiration of everything for me now. I absolutely love getting to spend time with them and having them with us. My first job was as a school teacher, and I have to tell you that Pat Ward and I had a really good time at McNeil. We learned a lot from each other. We probably taught each other some things that might have been better if we hadn't. But we do, and I do have a couple of my former students in the room today too, so I won't tell you which ones they are, but I do have a couple of them from my days as a teacher here. But teaching is like a lot of other jobs. You learn an awful lot from the people you work with, and you learn a tremendous amount from your students. I know you're supposed to be teaching them, but they teach you a lot too. They teach you a lot about life, a lot of life skills that you're going to be needing in the future. After teaching, I went into business with my husband. And again, I stood with people who helped us and guided us. We both worked for James Polk for several years, and those of you who've been around here know what an outstanding businessman he was. He taught us both a lot. We purchased the sporting goods store from Bob Olive, and he gave us a lot of guidance and a lot of help. When years after we had sold the sporting goods store, Elizabeth Ty and I formed a partnership and went into business, and then we sort of took that and bought the treasure chest, and were partners there for a long time. So I learned a lot from her until she decided she wanted to go back into school business and left. But that business, Marilyn Riddell had started. So we built on the business that she had begun. It was nothing that we did solely by ourselves. Even at the time, when all the years that we were in business in Magnolia, you know, people sometimes say you're in business for yourself or you're a sole proprietorship. You really aren't. You're really part of a community, like Amanda mentioned. There are lots of other merchants in Magnolia, and together we created a shopping area that people would come to from other towns. Just one store by itself probably would never have accomplished that. It was something that we all did together. We learned from each other. We tried new things. If they worked, we continued them. If they didn't work, we went on and did something else. Even in an individual business, it's always a team effort. Nobody can do it all by themselves. Nobody can wait on all the customers, wrap the gifts, put the merchandise out and display it, do it by themselves. You always have to be part of a team. And at the treasure chest, I think we always felt that our main job was to make sure that everybody else on our team had all the tools they needed to do their jobs well. Because if they all did their jobs well, we looked good. And we depended on them to do that. That's sort of the same thing that's happened to me since the last 5 years since I've been at SAU. I really have enjoyed this new experience in my life. I've enjoyed working at the university. But if I had come here without a leader like David Rankin, who had a vision for the school and who could tell us where we were going, we would have just stumbled around and been lost. We wouldn't have known what we were really supposed to be working on or what we were supposed to be doing. So that leadership is important. When we work on getting donations for the university, almost always, almost without exception, when people give us money, it's because there's a professor that they remember. There's somebody that touched their lives here and they want to give back because of that. Not because Josh and I go out there and say, you know, this is a really great place and it would be good if you invested in SAU. That might be helpful, but they give it because of somebody else here, some teacher here, somebody here who touched their lives and inspired them, and that's why they give. In our mission statement for our job, there's the statement that our job is to assist and coordinate in raising money for the university. And that's really what we do. We assist and coordinate in it based upon the wonderful things that other people have done when they went ahead of us and the other relationships that people across campus are building right now. So I guess I say thank you for this award on behalf of all the people who've helped us over the last years to accomplish what we wanted to accomplish. Thank you.